and there's usually more space for your luggage. And on some trains, you'll find extras like individual screens, power outlets, or even complimentary drinks.
Wow.
Many first-class carriages also offer Wi-Fi, which can be a big help if you're working on the road or you just want to stay connected on the journey. In certain countries, a first-class...
Olá pessoal, sejam bem-vindos ao meu canal. Meu nome é Natália, mas você pode me chamar de Nath. Eu adoro reagir e aprender sobre outros países, especialmente aqueles bem diferentes do meu, em termos culturais e econômicos. Então, se você gosta desse tipo de conteúdo, fica à vontade para se inscrever. Vou adorar ter você por aqui. Bom, nesse vídeo eu vou reagir a eu viajei pela Europa com apenas uma passagem. Então é isso, sem mais delongas, e vamos para a reação.
Are you dreaming of traveling Europe by train? Well, this is your ultimate guide on how to do just that with an Interrail or Eurail pass. In this video, we're going to share with you why we believe train travel is the best way to get around Europe and how you can travel 33 countries with just one single train pass. We've personally used the Eurail pass around Europe a few times, so we'll give you a clear rundown on how to use the pass app, as well as the benefits of choosing to travel with a Eurail pass. And stick around until the end where we'll share our top 5 tips for travelling by train with a Eurail pass. Before we dive in, let's quickly clear up a common question. What's the difference between Eurail and Interrail? The passes are essentially the same thing, with the same benefits and coverage across 33 countries. The only difference is who they're for. If you live outside of Europe, you'll buy a Eurail pass, and if you're a European resident, you'll buy an Interrail pass. That's it. The same trains, same system, just a different name depending on where you live. For example, I am from the UK, so I use an Interrail pass, but my husband Corey is from New Zealand, so he uses a Eurail pass, but we travel together on the exact same itinerary and it's completely fine.
É muito
One of
prático.
the best things about travelling by train in Europe is just how well connected everything is. Major cities like Paris, Amsterdam, Barcelona and Rome are linked by fast, frequent trains, which means you can get from city centre to city centre without the hassle of airports. There's no security lines or long transfers into town, there's no flight delays, you just hop on and you're on your way. Another reason we love it is the experience itself. Train journeys in Europe can be stunningly scenic. Whether it's weaving through the Swiss Alps, gliding along the Italian Riviera, or rolling through the vineyards of France, you'll see landscapes that you'd completely miss if you were flying. Personally, this is why we love train travel so much. The views can be absolutely breathtaking, and we just find this mode of transport far more stress-free than having to deal with airports or driving in a foreign country, which can sometimes be very overwhelming. And finally, it's also a more sustainable way to travel. Trains have a much lower carbon footprint compared to planes, so you can explore more of Europe while being kinder to the planet.
Gente, meu Deus, isso é fantástico. Eu realmente já tinha ouvido falar sobre isso, sobre essa facilidade, né? Que é sobre viajar de trem pela Europa, mas eu não sabia que dava para fazer isso só com uma passagem. Isso é muito doido, isso é literalmente muito doido, porque é muito fácil. Eu acredito que deva ser também um custo assim acessível, né? Fantástico, eu não sei, acho que não há outra forma de viajar para melhor explorar e observar as paisagens do que de trem. E parece muito confortável pelo que foi mostrado aqui também.
So now let's talk about the benefits of using a Eurail or Interrail pass. The biggest advantage is how much money you can save, especially if you're planning to visit multiple countries. Instead of buying individual tickets for every single journey, the pass covers your travel across 33 different countries on one ticket. That flexibility means it's really easy to plan a route or even change plans along the way. We've actually tracked the routes we've taken in the past and calculated the cost if we booked each train individually, and we definitely saved money using the pass. Another great feature is that the passes are designed to help you build itineraries. On the Eurail and the Interrail website, you'll find sample routes, suggested trips, and planning tools that make it much easier to map out your travels. I'd highly recommend checking out the website for inspiration for your trip. There's so many itineraries on there, so it's a great place to start while you're researching your route. And of course, it's not just about saving money, it's also about convenience. One pass gives
Tem bar ali dentro. Que incrível!
you access to most trains across Europe, from high-speed lines to regional connections, without needing to buy separate tickets every time you travel to a new country. When it comes to choosing a pass, there are a couple of main options. If you're planning to visit more than one country, the Global Pass is the best choice. It covers all 33 countries and gives you the most flexibility. But if you're focusing on just one destination, like Italy or France, you can buy a one-country pass, which is usually cheaper and perfect for a shorter trip. There are
Gente, é
also
muito
two types
prático,
of
dá pra
passes
fazer
to
tudo
consider.
pela
A
internet.
continuous pass, which gives you unlimited
Caramba! Realmente, pelos preços, são muito acessíveis. Tipo, 22 dias custa por volta de $500. Muito barato.
to travel every day for a set period of time, like 15 days straight, or a flexi pass, which gives you a certain number of travel days within a larger time frame, like 7 days of travel within one whole month. The flexi pass is great if you plan to stay a few nights in each city before moving on. And here's something a lot of people don't know. There are discounts available. If you're under 27, you qualify for a youth discount. There are also passes for seniors over 60 and family passes where children can travel for free when accompanied by an adult. So depending on your age or who you're traveling with, you could make the pass even more affordable. Another choice you'll need to make is whether to travel in first class or second class. We've used both, and honestly, second class in Europe is already really good. The seats are comfortable, you still get plenty of legroom, and you'll often be sitting alongside other travellers, which can make the journey more social. But first class does give you some extra perks. The seats are usually wider, and there's usually more space for your luggage, and on some trains you'll find extras like individual screens, power outlets, or even complimentary drinks. Many first-class carriages also offer Wi-Fi, which can be a big help if you're working on the road or you just want to stay connected on the journey. In certain countries, a first-class ticket even gets you access to station lounges, which is a nice bonus if you have a longer wait between trains. That said, the experience really depends on the country and the specific train. For example, in Germany or France, you'll notice a bigger difference, whereas in Eastern Europe, the carriages are quite often similar in both cases. So if you're on a tighter budget, second class is comfortable enough for most travellers. If you want a little more space, comfort and extras like Wi-Fi, first class can definitely be worth the upgrade.
Gente, é muito incrível!
One of the best things about the Eurail
Eu não tinha ideia que os trens poderiam ser tão confortáveis tanto na primeira classe quanto na segunda classe. Fantástico mesmo! Claro que tem alguns benefícios que estão inclusos na primeira classe. Eu acho que depende muito também da necessidade da pessoa, né? Mas definitivamente a segunda classe parece ser muito boa também. Eu tô impressionada com isso. Tipo, dá pra fazer uma viagem muito, muito tranquila.
and Interrail passes is that everything is digital now. You'll use the Rail Planner app to manage your whole trip. Here's how it works. First, download the app and add your pass. Once it's linked to your account, you'll see all the trains across Europe and you can start planning your journey right inside the app. For some trains, especially the high-speed routes or overnight trains, you'll need to reserve a seat before you can travel. You can check this directly in the app, it usually tells you, or even on the Eurail website. Once you've booked your seat reservation, you then add that journey to your pass. Before boarding, you need to activate your travel day, which generates a QR code that acts as your ticket. Train staff will scan this code on board. Just make sure you activate the correct travel day before your train departs. If you forget, you could get fined. And one more important detail, when your ticket is checked, don't just show the seat reservation or confirmation email. Conductors need to see the actual pass inside the app, alongside the QR code. In some countries, they may also ask for your passport or ID, so keep it handy. Now, we'll be honest, we think the app could definitely be more user-friendly. A lot of people do get confused when using it. We haven't had any major problems ourselves, but it did take us a little while to fully understand how it works. But that said, the savings you get from using the pass far outweigh the learning curve in our opinion. So what actually counts as a travel day with a Eurail or Interrail pass? A travel day is any day that you use your pass to hop on a train, and it is essentially unlimited travel between 12 a.m. through to 11:59 p.m. the same day.
Wow.
For example, if you start your journey at 10 a.m., your travel day lasts until 11:59 p.m. the same day. If you travel on an overnight train, this still counts as one travel day, so long as you don't change trains on the second day. This way, you can save on accommodation and arrive right in the middle of your next European city stop ready for the next adventure. This is really handy because it means you can squeeze in long overnight journeys without needing an extra travel day. We've actually taken advantage of this ourselves by travelling long distances using multiple trains in a single day, so we were able to cover a lot of ground while using only one travel day. It's definitely something to consider when planning your itinerary and route. Also, if you're using a flexi pass, only the days you actually travel count, so you could spend a couple of days exploring a city without using a travel day, which gives you a lot of flexibility in planning your trip. Another important thing to know is that not all trains are treated the same when it comes to reservations. High-speed and long-distance trains, like those in France, Italy and Spain, usually require a seat reservation, which comes with an extra fee. These reservations are essential, especially during peak travel times, because trains can sell out quickly. On the other hand, most regional and local trains don't require reservations.
Gente, agora eu estou vendo assim que é uma facilidade absurda para viajar, mas me deixe saber nos comentários, vocês costumam viajar dessa forma? Porque a imagem que eu tenho assim, né, de fora, né, como uma pessoa que nunca foi na Europa, é que para mim vocês viajam muito, justamente por vocês terem essa facilidade para viajar, né, esse custo-benefício. Então me deixe saber aqui nos comentários, porque eu tô achando isso fascinante. Sem dúvidas, é uma coisa que precisava ter no Brasil. Claro que antes de ter isso, a gente precisaria ter ferrovias, né? Infelizmente a gente não tem. Mas realmente é uma coisa fantástica.
You can just hop on, show your pass to the conductor and find a seat. This is one of the great things about using your Eurail or Interrail pass. It gives you flexibility to explore smaller towns and less traveled routes without having to plan months in advance. But make sure you always check before you travel. The app or the website will tell you if the train needs a reservation. That way you can avoid any last-minute surprises and make sure you get your seat. You might be wondering, can you use your pass on boats or ferries? And the answer is yes in some cases. We actually used our pass on ferries in Greece and Italy, and we got 30% off because we were using the global pass. And now, it's not unlimited like the trains, but it's a great way to save money if you want to combine rail and sea travel. It's definitely worth checking the website before your trip because they list all of the ferries that offer discounts with the pass. This can open up some unique routes and make island hopping or crossing rivers and seas a lot more easier and affordable. They also show other partners on there like accommodation, and they even have some luggage storage options when you're traveling around cities, so the website is a really great hub for information. And as promised, we're going to end this video by sharing our top 5 tips for making the most of your Eurail or Interrail pass. Book accommodation near train stations. This saves a lot of time and stress, especially when you have early morning departures or late arrivals. Being close to the station means less walking with luggage and a smoother start to your travel day, and this is something that we did often. Give yourself plenty of time between transfers. Summer connections are tight and stations can be busy or confusing, especially in the big cities, and especially if you're going from the small regional trains to the larger international trains and you're crossing borders. They can be on different ends of the station, so make sure you have plenty of time. Travel light. You'll often be carrying your own bags onto platforms and trains, so pack efficiently. A smaller backpack or carry-on will save you a lot of hassle. And quite often the luggage storage area is always full, so if you have to haul around your suitcase through the train, it can be quite annoying. Bring snacks and water. Not all trains have dining cars, and some journeys can be several hours, so having your own snacks keeps you comfortable and saves money. A lot of the trains we travelled on did have a food cart, but sometimes they didn't or they were closed. And we went hungry, but we always made sure after that we had snacks on us at all times. Bring entertainment. I'm going to be honest and say that the Wi-Fi doesn't always work, especially in first class, which we were quite disappointed with. So make sure you have a backup, like a good book or podcast, or download a movie to keep yourself entertained, or even download an eSIM so you can have connection throughout your trip. And there's our top 5 tips. So if you have any further questions, please ask them in the comments and we'll try our best to help you. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, it would mean a lot to us if you hit the thumbs up or even subscribe for more travel guides and adventures. Thanks for watching and we'll see you again soon. Bye!
Gente, incrível! Eu realmente fiquei chocada, porque eu não sabia que dava para viajar assim por tantos países com tão pouco dinheiro. Realmente é fantástico. Dá para viajar por mais de 33 países, né? Por 33 países que ela citou aqui. E definitivamente os preços que apareceram na tela são muito, muito acessíveis. Vale muito o custo-benefício. E os trens também parecem ser muito confortáveis. Realmente isso é fantástico. Eu fico impressionado como na Europa tem umas coisas assim muito, muito fáceis. Que realmente estimulam as pessoas a saírem, a viajarem. Realmente é um continente muito diferente, né? Uma cultura muito diferente, porque eu vejo que tudo é muito focado para essa questão do lazer, da qualidade de vida, de viajar, de viver. Eu acho isso fantástico. Mas bom, essa foi a minha reação. Eu espero que você tenha gostado desse vídeo. Se você gostou, considere se inscrever. Vou adorar ter você por aqui. E se você já for inscrito, não esquece de ativar as notificações. Então é isso, obrigada por assistir esse vídeo. Nos vemos na próxima reação. Tchau!